Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently working on cleaning up these last couple of areas here that need to join our empire. Of course, this one is, I believe, currently going to be taken over. Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be taken over by our vassals, so no concerns there. Now, we've got a little bit over here. This is Carthaginian Contestania. Okay. All of it's de jure ours. Cool. So that's everything there. We'll go ahead and declare that. That's like 112 prestige. I like it. There's Thuringia here, which we're currently truce to. That's fine. There's Frisia, which we're truce to. There's Flanders here, and we could definitely go for that as well. That is all de jure our territory. And then there's Cimbria. What can we do here? The Holy War for Kingdom would do the trick. Out of curiosity, what about a claimant? Would not come to court. Sure. A lot of these likely wouldn't. Yeah. That's pretty unlikely. I think what we're going to do with Cimbria, I think, is we're going to do this a little bit more piecemeal. Yeah, this is basically 2 wars. We can do our de jure war here, and then we can go for this duchy after that. Because that's basically what this is a duchy level title. Okay, so that looks good there. As far as all of this goes, I mean, I would like to find, like, claimants for some of these. That'd be awfully nice. Wait, this guy is in our realm? No, he is not. I was gonna say. Out of curiosity, do we have anything here? I mean, a Holy War for Kingdom would work for that. Good to know. This one, a Holy War for Kingdom would not work for. So we would need a claimant with this guy. But I think we're just gonna fight these 3 wars for right now and call that good. So we'll raise up our troops right around here. They will arrive in a few days, and we will head on in. Excellent. A Holy Order was hired. We don't really care about that. It's not like they are in the slightest threatening to us. Oh, this is speed 1. No wonder this feels like it's going so slow. There we go. That's a little bit better. Fantastic. Why was it on speed 1? I have no idea. At any rate, we're going to be raised up here in 10 days, and these guys can't decide where they want to go. That's kind of funny. They keep jumping back and forth. They're going to decide soon. They've decided they don't want to fight us. Fair enough. We're going to head down over this way and get a siege here. And then we're going to head down over this way. We're just going to siege every location that we can for right now. We'll try to fight these guys when we can, but we'll actually need to come back up over here now and eliminate this force. Looks good. The Gaelic Reformation, huh? Okay. This should end this war. There we go. This one is done. That is de jure ours. Fantastic. Next up is this war up over here. I don't think we arrive in time to stop them from sieging this, but we will still move up and see what we get done there. Actually, maybe we do arrive in time. No, they do finish it, but this is okay. We're going to take back Oldenburg. And there we go, a couple of stack wipes, and Oldenburg is back. And now let's take Friesland. Fantastic. There we go, that war's over, and we'll enforce those commands. That was de jure as well, I believe. We're now 5 above in terms of vassals. Ah, this is a duchy. Okay, we're going to move that duchy into this guy. And then what else do we have? We're at 4 direct vassals above right now. We do have a rebellion brewing, and that might end up being a good thing. What do we have for prisoners right now? Yeah, we're pretty much going to need to allow a faction to fire here. However, we have two factions that are looking like they want to fire. I want to disband this faction and only have this one fire, if it's going to fire. We don't have any children that are available. Ooh, okay. Well, we don't have much for concubines right now. We should probably do something about that. Okay. Well, we're going to finish up these wars. That's not going to be a problem. Can we negotiate with any of the guys in this faction? Again, we want one of these factions to fire, but only one. So, any of these negotiable? No. They're all very angry at us, which is fair enough. And the question is, can we bribe any of them? I don't think so. We'll keep an eye on this faction. They're joining the Independence faction, which we prefer. Man, it's laggy when we have that faction window open when we're this big. That's kind of funny. Okay, we're going to head up here and finish off this war. This should not take long at all. Assuming we make our way up. And, yep, we're going to catch them here. Perfect. That stack wipes, and then we're going to head up over this way. There we go. How long on this faction? 4 months. Lots of time. We're going to head in over here. These guys are going to fire eventually, unless we do something about them. Okay. We do have a son who's unmarried. Done. Sounds good. Okay, we're going to continue heading up towards their capital here. There we go. We're at 99% war score. Honestly, the ticking war score will get us there once that starts up, but this is fine. We'll end the war, enforce our demands, and disband our troops. There we go. So we can currently... Right, we can do that. This guy's 52. We'll wait until this guy, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine. So let's look at this faction. This one here, we would like to do something about. But this one I want to have fire. Absolutely. They're going to send their ultimatum in 2 months. Do it. I'd be okay if they sent it now, actually. Where are these kings located? Ah, Cyprus is one of them. Okay. What else? Okay. Looks fine to me. This should not be a problem. We'll allow that. That'll be okay. And we have a daughter. So we now have a bargaining chip for this faction if we need to. I'm going to allow this faction to fire first. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm not going to preempt it. Large cattle herd. Sounds good. Any moment now, Independence faction. You can do it. I was hoping that that would be it. Sad. I accept your generous gifts. It is very laggy with this window open. That's kind of funny. It must be because it's drawing so many of these faces, I'm guessing. Although they're static images, I'm kind of wondering why they're not cached if that's the case. Maybe they are. And there's still just so many of them. I don't know. It's a possibility, but it goes away when we close that window. Okay, we will not be threatened. So the war will be declared, and where are they going to be at? There we go. Okay, so we're going to come down over here, and we're going to raise up troops, I think, right here. How many are we going to raise? Not many is the answer. We're going to raise all our men-at-arms, and we're going to raise some levy troops. That'll be something along... Yeah, I'm not surprised that these guys are now becoming a thing. We will definitely deal with that. As I said, we weren't going to preempt it, but we are going to deal with it. Okay. I think we'll raise around 20k here. Cool. This is way more than we wanted. Way more. That's fine. We do need a new spy master, and that will be... Actually... Sort by rank here. And, actually, I'm going to close that and reopen this here. We're going to have her do it. Just to get her a little bit of extra opinion. That'll be fine. So we're going to siege this down over here. We're going to need to move up to here in order to get ticking war score on our side. That shouldn't be a problem. Vassal factionalism, huh? That's this guy. He is currently rebelling against us. That's really weird. That's really weird. Okay. We get a stewardship lifestyle perk, and I guess we will take war profits here. Not that we really need it, but I suppose we are negative in cash right now. So that's fine. He renounced the faction and left the Independence War. Fascinating. Well, in that case, we're going to head up over this way. That's a little strange. I've actually never had him leave the war before, I don't think. Maybe I have. Our rival died. That's fine. We need to make our way up to this capital for ticking war score purposes. That is the most important thing right now. Sure, this guy looks like he has unmatched people skills. Hey, he likes it. Fantastic. We're going to head up over this way, and actually, I'm going to head here first. And we're going to work on sieging those. Yes, they're going to be working on some sieges of their own. That's fine. They can do that. We're 4 vassals above our limit right now. But eventually, this will finish up. We're going to massively outpace their sieging. At least on a army-by-army basis. They have a lot of armies, but all we need to do is get this, and that will get us ticking war score. So that'll be perfect. And we will continue to siege up this way for a bit. I would like to fight some of the armies that are over here too. Like this one, and especially this one. So I think we'll siege our way down that way. Shouldn't take too long, in theory. There we go. Ticking war score is on our side. We are at 21% now. Impossible to injure, huh? 80% chance of sticking the landing, and we did. Cool. Next target is right here. Sure, we'll give our pet cat away, I guess. And I would like to catch this force, but it's just kind of running off. So I guess that's fine. We're 33% from sieging right now. Next target is here. We're just kind of sieging in a line over towards their capital. We gained a level of fame from that. We're at 40% from occupation. And yeah, they are sieging a lot of locations. We're aware of this. This is the next target. Sure, cultural acceptance can come up. That's fine. We're at 44% from siege. We'll take that, and I would absolutely love to continue to push down over this way and fight these guys. Our supplies are not great. We knew that that would be the case. And for now, what I'm going to do is Sure, we can forget the Gaulish language. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to split off our bombards, and we're going to create a siege force of about 10k here. These guys are going to get a siege commander, like this fine gentleman here, and they should be able to resupply just fine. And then we're going to split this force up a bit, splitting them kind of like so. And that should allow them to resupply a bit. Yeah. That'll allow them to resupply a bit as we push our way through this siege. Actually, you are going to need to split up more. You're fine, though. Okay. So we'll continue to push our way through here, sieging. We're at 59% from occupation. So they're definitely keeping pace a little bit. I want to double check that they're not sieging in our capitals. Yeah, they're not sieging over there. That's fine. And yes, they are keeping pace. That's fine. This faction is brewing up here, and we're not shocked about this. Can we do anything with this guy? Probably not. Actually, we do have a son. Done. No problem there. Okay. Checking supply limits here. These guys still haven't gotten a supply tick, which is a little wild to me. I'm not sure why they haven't. Are these technically hostile territories? They shouldn't be. No, they shouldn't be. Oh, no. These guys left. I'm not sure where they're at. But I guess we can head down over, like, this way. Yeah. That should be reasonably fine to do. We'll head down over that way, and we'll continue sieging over this way. This faction is still going. Actually, this is maybe a Liberty or Peasant faction. Liberty. Can we negotiate with anybody in the Liberty faction? I'd be a little surprised, but we should check. What was that? Request a claim. Yeah, no. We may... I was going to say we may end up acquiescing to the Liberty faction. That said, we're not on maximum vassal... We're not on maximum crown authority right now. And we can't change that just yet. Okay. We'll keep an eye on this. I feel like we don't have any children currently. That is correct. And siblings? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Well, that's fine for right now. Honestly, it might end up being okay. We'll continue to siege over this direction. These guys are resupplying over here. I'm going to split this unit up. And this is commanded by us, which for now is fine, but we're going to have to remember to change that later. Okay, these guys are resupplying. We do require a new spy master, and it'll be this gentleman. Okay. 6 months. Not ideal, for sure. We're 81% from occupation, now 85. Okay. Oh, did they lose our cat? That's rude. Well, we need to find some enemies, and down here is a location where we can find some enemies. Let's have everybody, for now, I want to order them to do this. Where do they group up to embark? Right here? Sounds good. Do it. Okay, we are continuing to siege here. We're going to take over this capital. Getting some prisoners from that siege is nice. Okay, and we're going to walk up over this direction. How many troops do they have down here? Quite a lot is the answer. But that's okay. So we're going to group these guys up over here once they arrive. And this Liberty faction is going to fire. And this faction is as well. Man. Well, we can just negotiate with this guy. And that'll disband that faction for now. That'll bounce that faction and buy us some time. So that's good. We are at 96% from siege here. And these guys are not quite here yet. They will arrive eventually. Yeah, that faction bounced, so that's good. As far as the Liberty faction goes, there's not a lot we can do about that other than control our own territory, which is reasonably fine. So we're going to come in over this direction. We'll arrive there in 4 months, and we'll drop a rally point there, but I'm not going to start raising additional troops there just yet. Okay. We're 96% from siege. Now we're at 100% from siege. So we can't get any more from siege. I want these guys to also come in over this way, because I want to siege back some territory over here. Okay, off we go. As far as the Liberty faction goes, we do expect that to fire very soon. That is okay. Can we negotiate with anybody in this faction? No, but we might be able to bribe them. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to send this guy a gift. That'll gain 37 opinion. It's not a lot. And that's not really enough to get him to leave the faction. Okay. Well, 13,000 troops just left here. I like it. We're going to begin to raise some troops here. And they're starting to head over. Okay. So this is around 30,000 troops here. This should be sufficient. We're going to bring in these guys. And we're going to give battle right over here as soon as we can. Which will be right now. Excellent. As far as our siege force goes, where's that at? It's on its way. I want it to land right over here. Okay. So we'll win this battle easily. That was a very easy fight. I think at this point we will take fearful troops. Okay. So that was a bunch of stack wipes there. Beautiful. We're going to come down over this way. And eventually... Okay, apparently we have exotic animals. Eventually our siege force will arrive. Boy, they have no supplies. Okay. We're going to drop them off right here where they can resupply for a bit. We stack wipe this. Actually, it doesn't all stack wipe, but we're going to come down over this way. And I guess we can park up over this way. These guys really do need to resupply. Okay. So we're at 66% right now. We sieged this back, and that got us some supplies. We're going to fight this for sure. These guys haven't fired yet, which is lucky. Ahura Mazda will judge those sinners. We stack wipe that. These guys walk in. They could get stack wiped as well. We're taking back this territory very quickly. And that was stack wipes. So we're currently at 89%. I like it. This siege comes, and that finishes this war very, very closely, actually. Not quite done. There we go. War is over. We got kind of lucky that the factions, or that specifically this faction, chose not to fire there. We got a little lucky about that. So we're going to actually still need to change our UI scaling here in order to end this war. This tooltip was just too big, so we'll go ahead and enforce that demand. We imprison all of those people, and then we're going to disband our troops, and of course we're going to have to put our UI scale back so that things are legible. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Fantastic. Okay. So at this point, what are we going to do? Well, what we need to do right now is we need to deal with this vassal limit issue. I don't want to fight both of these factions. We can actually negotiate with this guy. That's very convenient that we can do that. That will bounce this faction. And there's also these guys, right? We need to take a day. There we go. That guy will bounce, and we're going to need to revoke some titles. So we can revoke the Kingdom of Cyprus, but he's actually a double king, so that's not going to be useful for us. This guy we can revoke. Okay. We'll grant that into, say, this gentleman. Grant vassal, this countess, and then we need to grant titles as well over this way. Yeah, there's a lot that we need to grant here. What do we got here? Show only the recent titles. Yeah, just the Principality of Wandala. We'll grant all of that. And also the Principality of Salaman. Perfect. This guy just went from a negative 100 to a positive 100 opinion of us, for the record. And that also put us at 3 direct vassals above. So next up, we're going to go into our prisoner tab here. And we're going to look at, say, this guy. Kingdom of Ajuran. Done. Okay. That's going to move into the Kingdom of Outer Ajuran. So we'll grant this guy some titles. Nope, not titles. Just vassals. All of these vassals go to this guy. So that'll improve his opinion of us somewhat, but not by a huge amount. Because we're not granting him direct titles. We're granting him vassals, which is less good. Okay, 2 more. So let's go into our prisoner tab again. And what about this guy? That's Cyprus. Okay, what about this guy? This guy would do. This kingdom is up over here. We'll revoke that. And of course, we have a bunch too many held duchies. That is a big problem. We're going to grant this over to maybe like Persian Syria. Yes. We're going to grant both of these vassals over. And then we're going to grant some titles. And that will be the Principality of Cairo and the Principality of Egyptian Palestine. There we go. What is this? Part of King Yu, huh? Well, that's not confusing at all. Okay, sounds good. We need 1 more vassal to deal with, and we will definitely do so. This guy. Yes, Kingdom of Teutonia. Sounds good. And then that will be granted over to, say, Roman Pannonia? Sure. We'll do that. So all of these will move over. I don't want to revoke titles right now. I want to grant titles, or rather grant vassals. So we're going to grant all of these vassals in. I do wish that you could grant multiple vassals, the way you can grant multiple titles, but sadly, we can't. And we're going to have to hand out a bunch of duchies. That's actually a big part of the reason why people are very angry at us. Minus 105 from too many held duchies. So that is certainly something we're going to have to do. And we should do that, like, before the end of this episode, before I forget. So that is certainly something that we can do. Now, we're above our domain limit. This guy will get a couple of titles as well. Yes. Okay. There we go. So we no longer have too many vassals. That is great. And the next thing that we need to do is hand out our duchies. So this principality, we should not have it. We want this to be the Principality of... What is this de jure? Semi. Do-do-do, it's in here somewhere. There's a lot of them. I wish there was a search box here. That would be actually really convenient right now. Okay, I know that we hold this duchy. I must have passed it multiple times. Do-do-do, Principality. Here it is. Okay. There we go. Next up, Shirvan. That is out over here. We hold this. We actually should want that. This one is our capital, so Polotsk. That goes up over here. And it's in this list somewhere. Here it is. Fantastic. Okay, next up, this one. That goes to this countess. Here we go. Cool. And Salayir. That will go to this guy. Where is Salayir? Should be over this way somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Fantastic. Next up is Sapi. And that will be granted to this count. Out of curiosity, when you look at the duchy level title and then grant 2, does it populate the correct de jure guy? Count Gaboto. No, it does not. Okay, I just wanted to double check that. So this will go down over here. This principality. Next up is Kono, which is right next to it. That'll go to this guy. And that's right there. Fantastic. And finally, Skane. Nice. Okay, we're going to grant that to this fine gentleman here. And that goes here. That makes it a lot less likely that people are going to actually be in this faction. Like, these guys, a lot of these guys will leave this faction now. That may also be the case with these guys. We'll see what ends up happening. That'll be something for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, and everyone else. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.